What now? Drop and roll. Okay, all right. Well, let's look at the next.
The big thing here recently in the Bureau of Life Safety has been the addition of the Kids Safety House. It's in the second grade curriculum of the Howard County Schools, but we also are taking it to shopping centers, to company picnics, and big events here in the county where a large group of people will be, where we can not only talk to folks about the many services that we provide, but some of the things that can help them in case of a real emergency. We provide an educational program to boys and girls up to the age of 17 who basically get in trouble starting a fire or playing with fireworks. We have many, many brochures that cover many things from being safe in the kitchen to senior citizen safety. If you're a Cub Scout leader, a Girl Scout leader, a 4-H leader, and you're looking for a program, you call the closest fire station and we can make arrangements to come out to wherever you're doing your program, and we'll assist in doing some type of an educational program.
I rarely ever go into the basement. And I kept smelling something strange, but I didn't act on it. I was beginning to feel a little lightheaded, and when I opened up the door, the smell hit me, and it was so strong that I actually saw stars.
The best thing is to call 911. With the chemicals you have out there today, you have your pesticides, your herbicides, your ammonias and stuff. Just two of them, a little bit of mixture, can end up being a serious situation.
I think they were very fast, efficient, and they acted with good teamwork. And basically they responded, they made my wife feel comfortable in what could have been a bad situation.
When I look at the quality of individuals that work for the fire department, it makes me very proud to say that they are working for Howard County in the capacity that they are. When I initially had my stroke, I was bedridden for a very long time. And when I was going to therapy, I had to go use a wheelchair. So I ended up having to put a ramp on the front of my house. The ramp had actually become a tripping hazard for me. And then I had a shed that was actually on the side of the house that had, over time, had been somehow soaked with motor oil. And I said, I thought that was a fire hazard that needed to be addressed, and I wanted to get it done because if that was a problem, that's not for me, but next door, et cetera.
Some of the guys got together and we helped to take the shed away, cart the shed away to a dump. There were some other things around here that needed to be carted away from the house. So, that's what we did.
There was another firefighter that was here that actually did a house inspection for me, which is something that the fire department does on a routine basis. They inspected my house, determined where I needed fire alarms or smoke detectors, and actually installed them for me.
We recommend that once a week you test the battery. You change your batteries twice a year when you change your clock. That's what we recommend.
And that's why I feel so strongly that fire department represents a good neighbor to have.
Looks a bit different than it did that night.
Yeah, absolutely, I tell you. There was a thunderstorm that day, June the 26th, and there was a big lightning strike right in our backyard. Must have happened around 4:30. At 11 o'clock at night, my wife was working on the computer, and then she went in the kitchen, and she said, something's not right.
All of a sudden I heard this very strange noise on the kitchen floor. Is it a mouse? Is it the bunny making noise? I mean, I had no idea what this noise was in my kitchen floor. But I stood there for about 15 seconds and I could hear it starting to rage, almost like a water pipe. And then the water, it didn't even dawn on me that it could be fire. I thought a pipe had burst in the basement.
So I come running downstairs in bare feet, and the kitchen floor is hot. Ran down the basement and looked up, and my ceiling was melting.
It's a very scary, scary position to be in. But the fire department was wonderful. They responded extremely quickly. They were here in no time, and it was, I think, 3 different departments arrived, and they just did an excellent job.
awakened at 2:30 a.m. by the shrill of my smoke detector, which continued to go off in a sporadic manner for no apparent reason. After becoming quite distressed and not knowing what else to do, I called the non-emergency phone number to Fire Station 5 in Clerksville. Lieutenant Wiley answered and provided assistance regarding the possible cause. However, because I was unable to disconnect the smoke detector, he made a house call, disconnected it himself, cleaned it out, and then reconnected it. It appears that a silverfish was the offending culprit.
I think there's a misconception about the fire department. It's more than just the fire, motor vehicle accidents, and the emergency medical aspects of the job. It's just endless. The education, the different programs. There's a lot going on in just fighting fires.
The service is our business. And, you know, traditionally it's been service in emergencies, but there are many, many other things that we can do that actually is a service to the community. And I think the firefighters also get a lot more out of it. You know, they feel this sense of achievement, you know, just beyond the emergency, and we're not dealing with people in crisis. And there's actually time to get to know people on a one-on-one basis.
My daughter Jacqueline was selected from your random drawing at the Columbia Mall for a ride to her school in a fire truck. I am writing this letter in support of the idea for the future and to say thank you to the 3 firefighters who gave her a ride. Every time I tell this story, folks are impressed with this personal approach to community outreach.
My son Lawrence had his 4th birthday party at Fire Station 10, Rivers Park, on Saturday. It was an excellent and educational event. Not only did the children have a lot of fun, but it was a terrific learning experience. The kids particularly enjoyed the fire safety house and the chance to see a firefighter put on his equipment.
And I remember calling the fire department and asking them if they could play Santa for us, and that I promised that they wouldn't stay but a few minutes. And maybe an hour or so later, they actually came, and the grandkids just thought that was the greatest thing.
The county can't afford to have people showing up on the scene of an emergency and have it be the first time that they've experienced that. We've tried our hardest to give them a little bit of the toughest things that we've seen throughout our career.
You went from here, passed into this section, and passed into this area. What is the purpose of you deconning in each and every single one of those pools? Think about it. Let's use common sense. You've just defeated every purpose of what we're trying to do here. Continue.
It's a 19-week program. It's at least 9 hours a day. They start off with EMT, which is Emergency Medical Technician, the basic level. They then move to Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2, Rescue Tech, Rescue Specialist, Emergency Vehicle Operator, and Hazmat Operations and Awareness.
Okay, what's the last one?
You got to stay physically fit because the physical part of this job is demanding. Every day that you're on a job, you never know where you're going to be or what you're going to have to do. So you have to be in top-notch shape to make it through this academy.
Fingers up, elbows locked, and you're actually rocking with your back. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and now what?
You go back to 2 more breaths.
2 breaths. Head tilt, chin lift, pinching the nostrils, 15 compressions.
2 breaths.
This letter is to thank you for the great job you did in training me in infant CPR. I was at the mall last week, 2 weeks after the class, and my son Devin began choking on a cookie. Even though panic was coursing through my entire body, I was able to unbuckle him from the stroller, turn him over my arm, and give quick blows to his back between his shoulders. The cookie came out and he began to cry. Devin turns 1 year old on May 13th.
We offer many services to the businesses of Howard County, one of which is a citizen CPR program, which is adult, infant, and child CPR and choking for emergency situations. We offer fire extinguisher programs. We also offer hazardous material programs for awareness and recertification and confined space programs for awareness and recertification.
We in the Howard County Fire and Rescue System are eager to serve you, and we are available 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, ready to serve. So please do not hesitate to call. We're here for you.
I am writing to you to express my gratitude and praise for some of your EMTs. On January 30th, I suffered a serious heart attack to the point that I had no pulse for quite a few minutes. I don't know the names, but these wonderful people got my pulse back after several attempts on what I now know was brand new equipment.
If a patient suffers a sudden cardiac arrest, for every minute that they are in cardiac arrest, there's a 10% less chance of likely survival. So seconds and minutes are crucial, and there's many things that we do on the scene that are a lot more definitive care now than what has been in the past. The recent addition to our equipment that we have here is a 12-lead electrocardiogram. That will give us early detection of if the patient is having a heart attack or other heart-related problems. One of the big advancements that we've had over the last few years is being able to secure the patient's airway. If the patient is not breathing, we can insert an endotracheal tube. What that is basically is a tube that goes down through the mouth, right into the lungs of the patient, and we can breathe for the patient by using a bag.
Dear firefighters, thank you for bringing your shiny trucks to visit us on September 9th. We like touching the trucks, sitting in them, and looking at all the neat buttons. We were very excited when Sparky the dog came to say hi. We were glad you came to talk with us. We feel very safe knowing such nice people will come and help us if we need help. Signed, the children that live at the end of Carved Stone Road.
We would like to invite our neighbors to come and visit us at any time. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If they'd like to take a ride on our fire trucks with us, we'd be more than happy to try to accommodate them.
I know I've taken the fire department for granted. You know, we see our policemen on the roads all the time, but you don't really have any dealings to do with the fire department unless you need them. And when they do their job, they're just very, very professional people. They just really know what they're doing, and they're obviously very well trained. And there was a side of professionalism, and there was a side of compassion too.